Eddie Howe in, Eddie Howe out.
Out.
1-1.
Out.
Well, this is back to head and heart.
No, 1.
In.
End of the season for me.
End of the season. I
So
think
you're in as well.
Can I say that?
No.
I'm making the decision to the end of the season. If he wins, as I say, if he wins 5, and like
I
we look
can't
good.
say, I can't, to be fair,
No.
I'm with Shane 100%. However, we're not going to get a manager bounce back. I would rather we took time on making the decision.
Oh, yeah.
I think his time's done.
I said to these guys, because I think they were saying, if you win 5 games. I said, if we won 5 games playing like we did Sunday, luckily getting a goal and winning,
Yeah.
I'm still out because it's still like
Hey, Shane,
something's got to change.
Yeah, and I think unfortunately what's coming to roost is that we're not good enough.
Yeah,
And
just that the players are not good
if he can't get his players to perform the way that we expect them to play, not just against Crystal Palace but against Sunderland the game before that. We had 8 cup finals really. And and so we've got a massive rebuild coming.
I think loads of players have checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. You
just
could
don't
We were
wanna
talking
be
about
there.
this. It's like,
And the players don't want to be with them. That's what I'm saying. It's a massive rebuild job now,
Yeah.
isn't it?
yeah.
We've got old players. We've got players who don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And we've got players who aren't good enough.
Yeah.
So literally, we just like cash them all in, get someone in, and
It's just-
rebuild the whole thing.
So I was saying that if it was like Murphy had 40 touches of the ball and gave it away 22 times.
I mean, the amount of
It's
times we gave the ball away, we've been giving the ball away all season.
Yeah.
It's just, it's
Well, that's
scandalous.
coming off the back of, I was telling it, did you see Sean Longstaff's interview where he said it's really nice at Leeds because we do a lot of training on keeping the ball? He's basically saying that
I
Newcastle,
don't want to
it's
hear
just about
anything like
running.
that, man. Shane.
So
Can we
when you're
just talk
saying
about something
how
else?
many times we gave the ball away, that's because we're not allowed to have it. We're just here to run.
I mean, we're statistically worse under now than we were
And I
under Bruce.
think the biggest kick in the nuts for me. Say that again.
Bring back Bruce.
We're statistically worse now than we had that season when Bruce was
I loved
there.
it when they put the statistic up on Sunday and it said something like that. I think we were winning 1-0 at the time. And it said that Eddie Howe, I think, had won 83 games as a Newcastle manager. Kevin Keegan had won 83, and I think Bobby Robson won 84, something like that. I think Keegan had won the most. And then we conceded, and then nobody actually said anything after that. Because, potentially Eddie Howe could win 2 more games or whatever it is and become the most successful modern-day manager.
I mean, 25 points from winning positions. That has
ridiculous.
got to be a
It's
record.
Well, did you see he came out
we
and
could be
said,
second.
Oh, don't start, Jeff. Have you seen...
I'm old.
He came out and said... when he was asked about that, and he said... It isn't any instruction or tactic that we give to the players.
But why do they sit back?
So then just drill it out with them.
Yeah,
Ask
so
them what they're doing.
if you can't fill them with enough confidence that they need to continue pushing forward, then you're not the right man. If they're not listening to you, you're not the right man. It's like
That's
there's
it,
so
Shane.
many
It's like
things.
if it's his team and his players come out and say all the right things, but play for your manager then. If he's telling you that,
But they're
that's not
counteracting each other, so the players are doing something that the manager isn't asking them to do. So then that's an issue with the manager and the players.
What was all that at the end of the game about? There was a bit of, I didn't see it, but they were talking about the coaches. Apparently, the coaches were having a go at Tino.
Yeah, they gave him some instructions and he didn't
follow
agree
them.
with it. Yeah.
He's been like that.
I mean,
for a few
Kevin
games,
Keegan. I remember John Beresford. There was a game at St James's Park where Keegan said to John Beresford, "Do this," and Beresford told him to fuck off. And so Keegan just basically put his number up and took him straight off the pitch. That's how you treat your players. I'm the gaffer.
I don't think Eddie Howe has that in him.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But as a gaffer, if you're telling somebody to do something and they're not doing it, then you know. And
Well, you could see when Botman pulled his shirt, it cut to Eddie Howe and he's just shaking his head.
Yeah.
Because it's just like...
Could they not got me a better mask? Where have they got that from? A fucking antique shop? That's how bad it is.
I think it's like he looked the most dejected I'd seen him at the end. No, Eddie. At the end of the game.
Contract.
But I'm not surprised.
Well,
I mean, he was dejected, but we still had the happy clappers clapping that performance on the weekend. I mean, I'm not being funny.
Who was clapping the performance?
All the fans, there's
fans.
videos of him in the thing, and the
There's
players
a
come
lot
over
of
and all
them-
that.
Nah, there's a lot of them
Pathetic.
going like that as well, though, to
Pathetic.
be fair.
It really
It's a
is
lot
pathetic.
If
less
I
than what-
paid all that money to go all that way to...
Well, he
I
was
can deal with losing a football match. I've always said this, but I can't deal with paying all that money to watch that shit.
Why?
Yeah.
Like,
But as a fan, I don't care what anyone says. During that 90 minutes, I will support the team.
yeah.
But after
Yeah.
the game, if they haven't given what they should be giving them, then
Need
they
to let them know.
then they let them know.
Yeah.
And otherwise, what's the point of having an opinion?
It doesn't look like anybody in the team at the minute has any fight at
No.
Lewis
all.
Hall.
Lewis Hall.
yeah, that's
Sorry.
exactly what I said.
And
Yeah.
that's probably right.
Miley looked all right.
And you can't even fault
And
Ramsdale. He's done
Ramsdale,
nothing wrong. But other than
Too
that, other than that, it's like Tino, we were calling him to start for England. I wouldn't even pick him for England the
No.
way he's playing at the
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
And
What
then
were you saying? Like,
you've got Gordon, who's just been like that the whole season.
Yeah.
Did he play on? I mean, seriously, I think I
Yeah,
put a
I
note in
know.
the group, didn't I, saying, has anyone seen Gordon? And then Eddie
No.
put I've seen him now. He's going off the pitch. He wasn't
Yeah.
interested. And they've had the rest. They had the rest.
Oh,
But
yeah,
this is,
they've
I think this is
had
where
3
it
weeks
becomes
rest.
indefensible, because it was like we've had all that time training. Eddie came out saying, "This is the first time I got all the players together in ages. Like it's going to be great." We played worse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
For all that time on the training pitch, we were actually
But sadly,
worse.
Shane, we played the same as we've played all season.
Just worse. It was
yeah,
worse.
Probably worse.
It was worse.
I don't know.
And against the Crystal Palace B team.
Yeah. Well, that was
So-
that was more disappointing. They started with a B team. They bring the A team on and we're just to tore us apart.
Crystal Palace, who've had so many problems this season, the manager doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Half the players don't
They
want
wanna
to be
be
there.
there.
They've lost all their best players. We're better than us.
And where's this thing about when we play in Europe on a Thursday, and then we've got to play on a Sunday? We don't do very well. They play in Europe on a Thursday, and they've got to play next week.
And then they
Yeah.
bring in the players on that did play, and
but
they
you've
made the
also
team
like
better.
you've brought Mateta on, who doesn't want to be there,
Yeah,
and he scores 2 goals. You know you've got like the manager don't want to be there, but
Well,
he can get
Yeah.
the players up
Yeah.
for a game.
Mhm.
But our manager wants to be here and can't get our players up for a
thing,
game.
but how many of the players that started or came on there do you want there next season?
But they don't want to be here, Josh. None of them.
Yeah, but how many do you actually want? Like, literally.
Well, I think
if
the
it was up to
opinion
me and it
shades
was
on
like
s-
get rid of them, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
Whistler again in the team. I wouldn't have Alanga. I wouldn't have.
I mean, again,
would you have
I'm
Tino again?
No, I would
not
sell him.
defending Wissa, but he's not really been given a
No,
chance.
Whistle
has
had
he?
given
been
a
given a
sniff, has he?
chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it, but then did you see what he did at the end of the game?
No.
Where he was given his shirt.
Oh, he gave a shirt to Mateta.
Give his shirt
Yeah.
to Mateta. Mateta was walking around wearing it. It's
Yeah.
like, mate, you
why
played
is that-
30 seconds.
Well, yeah, but you swap him shirts with his mate. Why
He'd
is that
only
a
been-
bad thing?
He'd only
He-
been- well,
he's
he'd
like-
only
why
been
is
on-
that a bad
he'd only
thing?
been on 2 minutes.
Yeah, but he's laughing
why
on
should
it.
he not? Why should he not swap shirts?
I was
with
more
his friend?
surprised. I was
He
more
sat there
surprised
laughing
if
on, though.
Yeah, but why, mate? I'd be laughing on if I was Whistler and manager won't give me a sniff. I'm not going to.
Yeah,
sit.
but then it's just a shit look, because it's like you bring him on, he plays a minute and a half, he takes his shirt off for
Mate.
starters. He hasn't even got any
I mean,
sweat
I
in the
couldn't
shirt. I don't know
believe
what
he
he
he's
took
doing.
his shirt off to give it to his mate. Like,
Yeah.
what? I don't get what's wrong with that. He
Because it's just it's like laughing, but then he's laughing on and like
Mate,
hugging his mate, and it's like we just lost.
we were laughing. If I got brought on in the 95th minute,
Oh yeah,
I'd be like, yeah, mate, nice one. You expect me to score in a minute? Like,
Yeah.
nice. So he has. If anyone has the right to laugh after that game, it's him, because it's a
I just think
joke
the whole team's
that he
a joke,
got
to be honest.
put on at that point of a match. It's like Mr. Reactive. It's like, I'm not going to make a change until we start losing.
Think
We
you
start
would-
losing.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
36. Shit, I better put on these players.
maybe in
like,
that 2 minutes at the end, he was going to change the style of football.
Yeah,
we just
maybe.
don't know.
But I
Well,
don't,
we were
that
saying
again,
earlier, it's
why?
like- it gets to the point where it's like, I could do a better performance than some of these players because I love the football club so much. I
Yeah.
would run until I physically couldn't run
I mean,
anymore.
that-
where
Yeah.
we're not doing that. You were saying Gordon loses the ball, just watches.
yeah,
Yeah.
just watches.
Yeah,
I
it's
only
like-
hope Bournemouth don't turn up like they did last
Oh,
season.
Bournemouth are
They
going to
don't-
turn
they
us
don't
over.
need- they-
Well, they did. Last year was there was at home.
yeah,
Bournemouth
They
will
could
turn us
turn
over.
up-
4-1, wasn't
They
it?
could turn up at 25% of what they were last season, and they'll still beat us.
We'll get better. I don't see where we get points for the rest of the season, to be honest.
yeah.
No, Jeff's saying we're
don't
going to come above Liverpool. and above
Well,
Man United.
mathematically,
Go below
we
Spurs.
So if you
finish
turn the
third.
table upside down, yeah.
I think Leeds might
Yeah.
catch us. I'm not joking.
I know, honestly,
Do you know what
I
I mean?
think
So-
we could be in a relegation battle this year.
No, we're not going to get relegated, man.
Only 'cause-
But I
only
think-
'cause
I
there's
think-
Spurs in the league.
I think
Call you
Saturday-
Geordie Josh.
I think Saturday will be interesting at St
At
James's
home, yeah.
because obviously we've.
Oh, I didn't tell
I
you
think
that.
I think we're the fourth on form about after 6 or 8 games. We're the fourth worst team in the league. You know.
I've had the club ringing me asking if I'm interested in hospitality tickets all of a sudden.
I thought you were going to say to play. Okay.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah. I should have said that. I should have said I don't want a ticket,
You're not
but I'll
gonna,
give it a
who would
go.
want to pay to watch that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when they put the price up 50% on last year. What they expect me to
How
pay
much?
for
How much? Are they
expect me to
still,
pay
are they
300
still,
odd
are they
quid.
still going with the original price?
Yeah, expect me
So
to pay
they've got
300
tickets
odd
left for
quid.
the weekend.
Yeah.
Fucking
Do you want to
arseholes.
come and watch Bournemouth after that Crystal Palace
Yeah, I watched
game?
Bournemouth. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nice football.
They're going to sit
Had
in
a
the
great
away
season,
end.
Bournemouth.
Sudden
haven't they?
Eddie Howe's never got a result against Bournemouth. Yes.
Oh, Josh, man, how
He
weird.
hasn't.
That'll be all right, mate, because when he leaves us and goes somewhere else, it means we'll fucking beat whoever.
Do you not
Yeah,
think they'll swap
exactly.
managers? Maybe they'll do a manager swap. You were talking about managers going back.
Yeah,
in
we'll,
this
this
is-
we'll,
this
swap,
is-
we'll swap them out.
So this is my point now, you know. I think we've discussed it off of here, where it's like, who'd you get? Who'd you get? It's at the point where it's like, it's fucking irrelevant who we get.
Yeah.
I think
That
they-
is not even a question now, because it's, oh, there's no one available. It doesn't matter. Stick the fucking dog in charge. Get the dog from Arsenal. Win. Stick him in charge. Fuck it. Because it's so bad.
Yeah.
It is.
But I was always like, I'd fucking love Fabregas. I'd love Xabi Alonso. At this point,
They're not going to come
give
on
me the
then.
Bournemouth manager.
Yeah.
Give me Glasner.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not probably going to get us to a point of winning the league.
I think.
But fuck me, it'll be fun to watch.
I think whatever happens in the close season, it is a big rebuild job for the.
It has to be our biggest
But
rebuild
it should be a rebuild from now. Like this is like when I'm saying about how like 5 games, if he strips out all the people who don't want to be there, so just doesn't play Tonali anymore, sacks off Gordon, like
get players that want to play in a black and white shirt,
puts all the academy lads in, gives Whistler a chance every game. Then that's when I'm like,
and also comes out and says, "I'm doing this because of this."
Because the
so
shit,
like fucking
and they're not asked.
call them out. Go fucking be in charge.
Take charge of the situation.
Because that would turn us round, and I'd have them.
And if we've got players on the bench who he believes should be playing next season, then give them the opportunity.
Yeah.
But it's also like we've all said, like none of us would love anything more than for him to turn it around and be the Newcastle manager.
Yeah,
Everybody
100%.
loves Eddie Howe.
100%.
But he cannot stay being the manager if he's not going to change.
No.
And like you say, the change comes. It doesn't even need to be right now that the style changes or he just needs to be ruthless enough to turn around and be like, that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
You are not playing.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going to put someone in who wants to be here.
If anybody had any managerial skills, what they would be doing for the weekend is exactly what you said.
Well,
Josh.
what would Alex Ferguson done after that performance on the weekend?
Chuck a couple of hairdryers.
I said there'd have been people coming out of there with cuts on their eyes.
And he would have given them
stuff,
one or
like,
two options. Either turn up next week or fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, I get, we've said multiple times that what made Eddie great at the start was that he galvanised everyone.
Yeah, 100%.
But these guys are not doing it for you anymore.
We needed that for a relegation battle.
Yeah.
But these players now aren't playing for you.
So you owe
and they're not playing for us.
And if they're not playing for us or you owe them no loyalty.
And I think
So
at the
start
weekend,
telling them
that's
what
why
you
for
think.
me at the weekend, there'll be 52,000 Geordies there, and where most of us are turning up expecting to struggle
There'll be
to get a result.
53,900.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting. Because it'll be interesting how the game goes. I mean, if we don't get an early goal or we don't get a goal,
I hope we don't get an
or
early
we'll play the
goal.
way we're playing, I think some of the fans will turn.
Well, for 2-0 down by half time or something.
There has to be for us to actually win a game. We need to be 2-0 up. We can't 1-0.
Mate, I'm hoping it's 0-0 until the 91st minute, and then we score.
Yeah.
So we might be able to hold on.
Shane, what would you today?
Yeah.
You're in charge of the club.
Yeah.
What would you do today? Would you basically move him on now?
I would have a conversation.
You would.
I'd be sat with him saying,
pick this, pick that.
do this.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'd be saying.
No, but I mean, to be fair, you've been a big
just-
advocate of like we're not playing well. You've been consistent. We don't need if Eddie's not the right man, get rid of him now. But do you think it's too late in the season to do that?
There's no point sacking him now.
Yeah.
I don't think. But I would still be having a discussion with him where I'm like, why is this not working? And if his answers are shit, I'd be like, just get the fuck out, mate. But if he's saying the players aren't playing for me, I'd be saying I shouldn't have to tell you this, but drop him. And I get it because at the same time, all we're doing at the minute is lowering Tino's value, lowering Tonali's value. Because they've popped out.
Yeah.
You might as well just leave them on the bench and be like,
Say they're injured,
had a knock. Like,
because you look. I mean, obviously, I would never be a football manager, but you look at the last 5 minutes when we conceded that penalty. Why not put Dan Burn up front? Cause fucking chaos up front. That's why exactly.
I mean, we do have like 120
because
million
we have
pounds worth of strikes.
6
Yeah, but
foot
they're not Dan
7
Burn. They're not
striker.
fucking Captain Chaos.
fuck it, just stick Nick Pope up there as well.
Honestly, can we talk about music or Harry Styles or?
So yeah,
Look at the fucking Mac over there laughing. Look at him.
I know.
it's just a mess, isn't it? It's just a mess.
Yeah,
It is.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, I said before that like I've probably been in the need to make a change for the manager
You've never
situation
changed.
when it was like probably 20% of the fan base was saying it.
Yeah.
I think it's 80% of the fan base.
I think a
is
lot of
saying it
people will
now.
look back now and think,
If you'd have made a change in January, you might be like making a different, which
you wouldn't have done because of the cups he was
and
in.
he had
and
the credit.
Yeah.
But like this whole credit in the bank thing, like if
Well, he
Eddie
needs to
Howe, if Eddie Howe has credit in the bank, like I said earlier, Mourinho won loads at Chelsea and he didn't have much credit in the bank when it came to the team playing
if we
shit.
can come out, if we can come out seriously, if we can come out and we can play the way we know we can play for the next 5 or 6 games or whatever it is,
Yeah.
then at least you think that he's got it, and he's got the players busting the bollocks for us,
Yeah.
But can we see that happening? And I don't think we can.
No, I think it's too far. I think, like I said, the only way you can save it now is he probably needs to come out and call these players out publicly. Because we're all pissed off.
Yeah.
The way you get the fans back on side is to...
Or as Josh said, don't pick them.
Yeah.
Don't pick them.
We've got to score. I mean, you looked at our bench at the weekend and you thought, Christ, there's some money on there.
Yeah.
They must be good at something.
Like, just change the formation. No one's going to have a go at you for changing the
No,
formation.
exactly.
If anything, people are calling for you to change something.
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone's said so many times, like, put fucking Whistler up front, play Voltemada just off him,
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's try get the ball further up the pitch and keep it further up the pitch.
Yeah.
You know, if we are going to play Murphy, let's make sure we play him whilst Voltamada's on the pitch. You know, and it's like, if Gordon's not going to track back, Barnes has his ups and downs and stuff, but part of you's just like, I'd love to see like Sean Neve get a chance. I just want to see some of the people who you know that if you put that lad on there,
well, if you had a
it's a bit like Asula in it. When you put Asula on, he fucking tries so hard.
We need more Lewis Halls on there. He's trying his heart out.
Yeah,
he must be looking at all these experienced players thinking, what the fuck?
But like you say, they're checked out, aren't they? You can tell players have like had discussions with clubs about going, and they know it's happening in the summer, and they're just like,
well, there's no point in Tonali checking out because he's not going to the fucking World Cup, is he?
Nope. Be going to Man City.
That's why Dan's put his Italian shirt on.
But it's like to play this way and then get a move to Man City.
Yeah,
it's just
that's football.
And then for a go then.
Whereas if he'd have got a move to Man City at the back end of last season, we'd have all been gutted, but you'd have at least understood it because he was unbelievable. Whereas now he's like, you shouldn't even really.
The biggest kick in the nuts
for us.
The biggest kick in the nuts is basically Anderson going. Yeah. And even watching Longstaff come on last night, you think, you know.
I was saying earlier, it's like we all say Longstaff, but
said he wasn't good enough, but he would be doing a job for us.
Minter as well.
He would run. He would show heart. Exactly.
Imagine Anderson, Longstaff, and Miley in midfield,
and then Minter on the right, where we actually needed
where we needed a right winger forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm at the point. I'm just like, bring Les Ferdinand back. He still looks pretty young. He'll be fine.
Big Al.
Yeah. He fell off his bike though, didn't he?
Yeah, he'd be out. He'd be out.
Yeah, he would be out injured. Yeah.
And he loved Villa. Fucking great.
Well, but yeah, we'll see. Not positive though.
Nope.
No.
Life is a roller coaster.
It is.
You just got to hide it.
We had some good banter with some Sunderland fans at the weekend.
Oh yeah, they were good crack.
Yeah. I think they just felt sorry for us.
Yeah, I think they did. But hey, they wanted photographs. They were brilliant.
Yeah, I saw. I think they got it framed in their bedroom, mate.
Yeah.
How much did you charge?
Oh, did you do that? Okay,
that's something for your caliber, Jeff.